Okay, last thing we're going to look at is some of the weird stuff that can happen, all right? So I'm going to turn these lines of code back on, and now my program's going to attempt to do two things. It's going to ask me for my favorite number, I'm going to tell it, and then it's going to ask me what my name is. And this is going to cause a really weird glitch to happen, okay? It's kind of strange the first time you see this. So I run the program, it says, what is your favorite number? 168. I promise you I'm only going to hit the enter key once, but it said your favorite number is 168. What is your name? And then before it even gave me a chance to enter my name, it said your name is blank. Okay, now maybe you're thinking that I'm lying and I actually hit the enter key twice, but I did. I promise you I'm only going to hit the enter key once, and it's skipping. It's not letting me type in my name. Why is that? Well, it's kind of for a pretty strange reason, okay? So when I typed in my favorite number and I hit enter, a /n was actually sent into the scanner. Remember that, like that next line string? And so the 168 went into the double fave, but the /n was kind of floating around in cyberspace there, and it was in the scanner too. And what it did was the next line method searches for a /n to terminate its call, and it took that one. So my name became nothing because it found the /n from me putting in the number and hitting enter. Well, that creates a problem. Anytime you have a next double or a next int followed by a next line, you need a way to sort of counteract that, okay? So if you have a next int or next double, all right, followed by a next line method, you need what we call a next line flush is one way to deal with it. Or you could make two scanners. I could make two scanners. I could have a KB1 and a KB2 and use one scanner for the number and one scanner for the name. That's kind of a little tedious. I could actually just take this and as long as I don't redeclare KB to be a scanner again, remember you're not allowed, the computer hates that. You can't tell it twice. So I've already said it's a scanner. As long as I don't say it's a scanner again, if I just reinstantiate it, this would actually work. Okay, as strange as that might seem. If I run this now and I say my favorite number, hit enter, it will actually pause now and let me put in my name. Okay, so that /n got discarded when we reinstantiated the scanner. So that's one way to fix it. Okay, so that's one way to fix. And here's another way. This is called a next line flush. I'll say kb.nextLine, and I won't even bother to set it equal to anything. So it's not like string name equals. All that this is going to do is absorb that /n that I was talking about earlier. That /n is going to go into the kb next line. And then when I type in my name and I hit the enter key, the second /n, the second time I hit enter, will go into the second kb.nextLine. So this should fix it also. So again, this is just kind of a weird kind of glitch we have to be aware of when we're running a scanner program, and at any point if we have a next line that is coming straight after a next int or a next double. It doesn't happen with the next method because of the way the next method uses the delimiter. You wouldn't have this same problem. But since that next line method is determined to get that /n character, that's what creates this little issue. Okay? So just something to be aware of. That's one sort of peculiar thing that could happen. Just a couple of other little things. I talked about how using like the print ln, you might want to take that off on your prompt. Here's another strange thing that's going to cause some headaches for you. If I were to remove this prompt, or perhaps put it later in the program, like after the next double, this causes something really weird to happen too. It might give you a headache. So again, the program compiles just fine. But when I go to run it, watch what happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Now, sometimes that means like your terminal window's already open, but mine isn't open. Now maybe you're thinking, well, I'll just run it again. Well, now it says your program's already running. You can't do it again. Well, now I'm stuck. What do I do? Like I can't compile it again because it says you can't compile it. It's already running. Well, if it's already running, why don't I see it? The reason I don't see it is it's like I've created an impossible situation. I've told the computer to wait for the user to type in a double, but they don't have a terminal window to type it in at. And the reason they don't have a terminal window to type it in at is because I didn't create one. The print statement, the system.out_print, is what creates the terminal window that allows the user to type in a number. We never created that window, so we're stuck. The way out of here is, you see how that bar is red? That says work indicator. It's like basically your program's running. If you right click that, you can reset it, and now we can go fix our mistake. Okay, if I run my program, it's going to get stuck. I'll right click, reset. I have to put that prompt in there. So the key here is, before using a scanner method, okay, be sure to prompt your user. And when I say prompt my user, what I mean basically is to put like a print statement in there, because that's going to create the terminal window. Otherwise, they're not going to have that interface ability to enter in a value. So you've got to have that print window in there ahead of time. A couple other little things. If you look in the textbook, they actually put an asterisk there in place of scanner. You maybe have seen this before with like searching file extensions. You put an asterisk there, it just brings in everything. So the utilities package has a lot more stuff than scanner. If you put a star there, it brings them all in. So for example, later in the year, we're going to use things from the arrays class, the array list, the collections. So in the future, you'll probably see me put that import in a lot. The book also recommends you use this import, java.io.star. The IO stands for input output. You can see for yourself, you don't really need it. Everything I did today worked without that import, but it could help you with some weird errors in the future. It wouldn't have actually prevented any of the errors that I just showed you though. Okay? And then the last thing the book shows is that you can actually put multiple inputs in a row. So, for example, I could tell the user like what are your 5 favorite numbers, and then the program would basically pause at this point and wait for me to enter 5 favorite numbers. Okay, those numbers could be separated by a space or by the enter key. It wouldn't really matter. So if I said like 1 space 2 space 3 and then I hit enter, the program's, even though I hit enter, the program's still waiting for 2 more numbers. So now I give it 2 more numbers, and okay, I had only asked it to print the first one, so it printed 1. All right, and now I'm finished. But it would have sat there waiting for me to type in 5 numbers. That little red candy cane light would have stayed on until all of the information had been provided to it. Okay?